Have you ever been in a place where you just need to regroup? Maybe because of change, maybe because of stress. For a multitude of reasons, there might just be a moment where you find that you need to pause and reset. Today, I want us to talk about how to do that, the importance, and why you need to know what works for you. So if you already know, great. This might be some extra tips on other things to try. If you have no idea what I'm even talking about, this episode is definitely for you. So let's go. Are you too busy to prep healthy meals? Do you feel self-conscious about your body and your clothes not fitting right, but you don't have time to work out? Does your life feel unorganized and messy? Do you wish you had routines and habits that made health simple, even with your busy schedule? I know, I've been there. Hi, I'm Shannon Marquita, and no one ever really taught me how to eat healthy. I didn't know anything about nutrition, so I found myself eating whatever was easy, which definitely impacted my energy, weight, and focus. That's why I created this podcast, to show you that through healthy habits and time management, you can know you're doing health right. So stop scrolling social, clicking the ads, and buying all the things. Let's grab our Americano and pop in our AirPods. It's time to solve the real problem together. Welcome home. A fresh start awaits. I was talking with one of my best friends this weekend, and we asked each other, how are you doing? What's going on with life? And we both kind of paused and laughed because there always seems to be a lot going on. Always some good, always some crazy, stressful, all the things. And so we asked each other, what do you do? What do you do when you find yourself in those moments and you just need to regroup? We each had our answers, which not surprisingly were very similar. But then I got to wondering, does everybody know how to do this? And the answer is no. I have met plenty of people, even recently in my life, family, friends, friends of friends, that just don't have an outlet that is intentional in order to regroup. So I want to tell you what mine is, and then I want to let you know how to realize what yours are. It might take some trial and error, but you will realize it, and you might even figure it out before you need it, which is ideal. So for me personally, when I find that there's a lot of change happening or uncontrollable situations, stress, upcoming events that just require a lot of focus or demand, any reason that causes a regroup, my go-to, hands down, is anything that has to do with fresh air and the water. I love to be on the water, preferably via a boat. Being on a boat, you can add fishing, you can add music, you can add friends, literally anything. But when I'm on a boat, that is just my happy place. I love being out for sunrise, sunset, midday. There's really no wrong answer. Well, I guess unless it's storming, but that's not safe, at least in my opinion. But I love it. That's where my soul and my heart just feels renewed and refreshed. So that is my number one. My number two, since I don't own a boat, is fresh air. So I love going walking. I've been taking Buster for a nightly walk for quite some time now, and we go for a few miles. And I've noticed during these times when I need to regroup, we go a few extra miles. Lately, we've been surpassing 5 miles per night. Now, is that maybe not sustainable? Probably, also due to the amount of time it takes. And since I do try and be in bed by 10 o'clock, it takes some extra planning or for me to stay up later. But the reality is it clears my head. It lets me think. I can pop in my AirPods. I can listen to a playlist. I can listen to a podcast, an audiobook. Buster's getting exercise. I'm getting exercise. Positive endorphins are being released, like all the things. So for me, those are my top two. And then obviously being on the water combines fresh air, so that's win-win. Now, let's say it's raining. Let's say I just need to regroup, but being on the water or getting fresh air at the moment might not be an option. I have favorite stores that I might just like to walk around, not to buy anything, but just because the environment and how they're set up makes me feel really happy. For example, my number one, and I remember doing this over and over again leading up to my surgery in 2017, was Home Goods. Like I would just go there after church. I would go there on a Saturday by myself, not to buy anything, but just to walk around because the environment that they have set up, it's aesthetically pleasing, it's really calming, it's a lot of things that I enjoy for my house. and I just like to look around. It's really refreshing and helps me to reset. So have a backup that's very simple. It doesn't have to be a big to-do. It can be as simple as you're out and about, you stop somewhere and you walk around. It could literally be anything, but you need to know what they are for you. So I want you to start to pay attention. When you're doing certain things, what makes you feel lit up and just excited and refreshed and at peace? Like that's really what we're going for here. Because when we need to regroup and reset, it's during seasons that have a lot of stress, uncertainty, change, pressure. And so what are we seeking? We're seeking the opposite. We're seeking calmness. We're seeking being centered and at peace and restored and just happy and joyful and things that we can control. So find out what your things are, pay attention and lean in to those things, and don't be afraid to ask. Ask your spouse, ask your partner, ask your family member. Maybe you need help with the kids in order to do it. It doesn't have to be for hours on end, but I would also encourage you to include them if you can, because that's us modeling a healthy way to handle our stress and our anxiety and these seasons that will continue to happen during our life and theirs. So I hope this was helpful. I'd love to hear what your places and items and to-dos are in order to regroup and reset. Hop into the Facebook group and come share. Share what you're going through, share what you've tried in the past, share what you're going to try now, or what you know works and how you even figured that out and got there. And if you just want to connect because you're maybe in a stressful season, feel free to go to my website and grab one of my 60-minute one-on-ones. We can talk through the season that you're in now. We can talk through how to structure your time and help with the pressure and stress that you're dealing with and balancing it as well. So I hope you're doing well, and I will talk with you guys soon. If this podcast helped, challenged, or inspired you in some way, I would love it if you'd do me a huge favor and leave me a review over on Apple Podcasts. It helps me to hear from you and know how this is best serving you. And go ahead and screenshot this and share it in your stories. Tag me at Shannon Marquita. That's ShannonMarqueta. And send it over to a friend in a text who is ready for healthy changes in her life too. Let her know that this episode might serve her as well. I am just so grateful for you and would love to hear from you. Come hang out and let's connect over in my Facebook group, bit.ly.com/afreshstart, or send me a message. I look forward to seeing you back here in a few days.